Metabolic syndrome, the silent threat. You look fine on the outside, maybe just a little tired or maybe a little heavier. But from the inside, your body is in crisis. High blood pressure, belly fat, cravings, inflammation, you name it. Your metabolism is waving a red flag and your heart is next. Today, we are unpacking one of the biggest silent threats to heart health. You know it, metabolic syndrome. Let me tell you a little story. A 52-year-old school principal came to me last year. She wasn't sick, but she wasn't well either. She had gained 20 pounds in 2 years. She couldn't sleep and she always needed coffee just to function. Her blood work is horrible. Fasting glucose 112, her triglyceride 220, her good cholesterol is 38, her blood pressure was 140/90 and her waist circumference is 38 inches. She had metabolic syndrome and she didn't even know it. She asked me, "Doc, is it too late for me to change that?" I told her no, but now is the time to fight. And that's why we are diving deep into today's conversation, which is the science and the solution to metabolic syndrome, one of the biggest threats to your heart, energy, and future. So what is metabolic syndrome? It's not one disease. It's a cluster of risk factors that dramatically increase your risk for heart attack, strokes, diabetes, and may lead to early death. Criteria, you need 3 out of 5. If your waist is above 40 inches in men or 35 inches in women, triglyceride more than 150, your good cholesterol is less than 40 for men and less than 50 for women, your blood pressure is above 130/85, and lastly, your fasting glucose is above 100. So why this is dangerous? It's dangerous because each piece on its own chips away at your health. Together, they can light a metabolic fire and has a great impact on heart. It accelerates atherosclerosis, promotes clotting and inflammation, weakens the heart muscle, and doubles risk for heart failure and sudden cardiac death. What are the causes of this metabolic syndrome? Well, metabolic syndrome is not random. It's driven by insulin resistance, and this is your body stop responding to insulin, leading to high blood sugar and fat storage. Chronic inflammation from processed foods, stress, and poor sleep. Hormonal imbalances, including cholesterol, leptin, and ghrelin, get out of sync. And lastly, visceral fat, belly fat that acts like a toxic organ. So what are the risk factors? Well, you know it. Sedentary lifestyle, diet high in sugar and refined carbs, poor sleep or sleep apnea, stress and high cortisol, and genetic and family history, and age above 40, and polycystic ovary syndrome in women. Well, research showed that metabolic syndrome is very risky. 2023 study in GACC showed that metabolic syndrome increases heart disease risk by 2.7 times. Patients with metabolic syndrome have 5 times higher odds of developing diabetes. Even normal weight individuals with metabolic syndrome had elevated cardiac risk, called TOFI, thin outside, fat inside. So doc, what are the solutions? Well, number 1 is know your numbers. You need to check your fasting glucose and A1C, lipid panel, your blood pressure, your weight measurement, and lastly, insulin level if possible. Number 2 is nutrition. Cut processed carbs and added sugars. Prioritize fiber, healthy fats, and lean protein, and consider intermittent fasting. And lastly, Mediterranean or low carb diet are both effective. Number 3 is movement. 150 minutes per week of moderate aerobic activity with resistance training 2 to 3 times a week. This will improve your insulin sensitivity. And even walking after meals improves blood sugar. Number 4 is sleep, stress, and support. Well, sleep 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And if you have sleep apnea, you need to treat that. Number 2, stress raises cortisol, and this will worsen your blood sugar and fat storage. and mindfulness therapy. This will all help. Well, it's back to my story, my school principal. We started small, daily walks, tracking meals, and getting 7 hours of sleep. 3 months later, her fasting glucose went down to 95, her triglyceride went down to 130, her good cholesterol went down to 50, her blood pressure went down to normal, and she lost 16 pounds. She told me, "Doc, I feel like I have got my brain and body back." That's metabolic healing. That's heart protection. So if you have been told your sugar is a little bit high, or you have been gaining belly fat despite trying, or your labs are borderline but you feel off, then this video is for you. Metabolic syndrome is common, but it's not destiny. You can reverse it. You can protect your heart, and you don't need to do it with suffering or shame. At Dr. Nony's Power Lab, we turn science into strategy and help you take your life back. Like if the video helped you, subscribe for a stronger, smarter health. Drop a comment below. Are you fighting metabolic syndrome and what helped? I'm looking forward to hear and look for your comments. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.